The day had gone by swimmingly. You'd managed to finish a majority of your chores, such as cleaning the rooms, washing the dishes, and doing laundry, in record timing. So by the time you were done ironing the girls' clothes and mending the kimonos, all that was left to do was sweep the floor and polish the egwa. Lady Yatomoto had promised to pay you plentifully if you had gotten all your work done by tonight, in which you had been very ecstatic about. If she continued paying you this much, then soon, added the amount of money you'd be saving for several months, it won't be long until you saved up enough to leave and find yourself a new place to live. You couldn't help but feel pretty good about yourself as you went to fetch the broom and started your sweeping. The sun was shining through the windows, casting a warm glow on the wooden floors. You felt a sense of competence, and you began to tidy up the room. Suddenly, you enjoyed the simple task at hand. Thump, 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 thump. You immediately stopped in mid-sweep upon hearing hurried footsteps approach you and saw Sayomi and 4 other girls run down the hallway and towards Lady Yatomoto's study. Their faces were flushed with excitement, and you couldn't help but feel a strange twang of curiosity at the sight. "Hurry! What is it? Yatomoto wants to see us." You raised a questionable brow. "Just what's all the commotion about?" you wondered. Perhaps there's something important news that Lady Yatomoto needed to share with the girls. You couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment as you watched them disappear into the study. Eventually, your curiosity got the better of you and couldn't help but follow distantly behind them. Upon reaching Lady Moto's study, you were surprised to see everyone gathered around her as you peeked over several shoulders, only your colored eyes to instantly widen at the sight of several flower bouquets laying on her desk, each one filled with various colors and beautiful arranged flowers, ranging from roses to lilies to hydrangeas and chrysanthemums. "Oh, is this for me?" one of the girls asked excitedly. "No, they're obviously mine," exclaimed Sayomi. "No, they're for me," another girl argued. "Stop, they're for me." And another, Girls, exclaimed Lady Yatomoto. "Remember, above all, self-control," she says, and the girls immediately step their squabble. "Now, according to the messenger, these bouquets only belong to one of you. Apparently, one of you intelligible maidens have a particular suitor," she adds. "Well, it's no surprise that it's obviously me," Sayomi says smugly. You clearly didn't miss a few glares being aimed towards her as Lady Yatomoto pulled out a small card, observing to see who the bouquets are for and from who. "Oh." Lady Yatomoto's smile immediately frowned upon reading the tag as her eyes slowly narrowed in a stern glare. Everyone waited in anticipation for her to answer. "Who is it, Madame Tio?" one girl asked. Cold brown eyes slowly glanced up and easily sought you, and you immediately felt like shying away as Lady Yatomoto glares at you in dismay. This didn't go unnoticed by Sayomi as she followed her boss's gaze in towards you. "Are you fucking kidding me? Her?" Sayomi growls, and just like that, several eyes quickly turned towards you, and you intently felt like a gazing surrounded by lionesses. "Yin the parasite?" Another girl gave you a disgusted look. "What man wants trash like you?" "Unfortunately, he goes by the name Tengen Uzui," Lady Yatomoto tells them before giving a disheartened sigh. "The milkman? No way! Poor bastard must be blind." Disappointed with the fact that neither of the bouquets were for them, everyone turned and left out of the room, not while slightly shoving and shouldering bumping into you in the process. You growled under your breath, holding back your anger as not to take the broom in your grip and beat him with it. Sayomi was the last to exit as both of your eyes locked with one another, like two lionesses ready to attack each other for territory. After she left, you turned your attention back to Lady Yatomoto. Your anger quickly subsided and was replaced by overwhelming joy at the sight of the lovely bouquets. "It would have seemed that Mr. Uzui sees you more than just a maid," Can't say I'm not surprised, she says, taking a seat behind her desk. The boy is certainly a strange one. A rich milkman in love with a lowly maid. Quite the odd pair, but I suppose I can't help it, she adds, gently running her fingers over the flower petals. After a moment of silence, she finally asked you, "Have you finished your chores?" "Yes, ma'am," you replied, all too happily. You weren't going to lie. You still needed to polish the egg well, but you feel you didn't have to tell her that. "The laundry?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am." "The ironing?" "Yes, ma'am." "And mending the kimonos?" "Yes, ma'am," you replied with a forced, happy smile to hide your growing irritation. After much debate, the large woman eventually released a defeated sigh. "Very well. Take your peppy flowers and go." She waves a hand lazily, dismissing you. You nod enthusiastically before gently taking your 6 bouquets and leaving. Upon walking down the hall and towards your bedroom, you revealed several glances from the other girls, all full of jealousy, but you were far too happy to care. Sucks for them. Entering your room, you set the flowers down onto your bed. Marshmallow, who had been lying down on it, quickly sat up and gave you a questionable look. "Look, Marshmallow, look what Tenkin-sama sent me," you tell her excitedly. Indeed, you felt like a child who had just received their favorite toy as you brought the bouquet of favorite colored flowers up to your nose and sniffed them. Then, the pleasant smell causing you to slightly soft. You felt so many emotions course through you as your face heated at the thought of Tengen. Seriously, he really shouldn't have. This was by far way too much romantic he'd done for you. No one has ever sent you a bouquet before, let alone 6 in one day. Truly, his little gift has made you feel the luckiest woman alive. And, to be frank, you were kind of glad. And to think you'll be seeing him again when he visits, clearly this is his flamboyant way of telling you that he's absolutely serious about courting you and making you his so-called 4th wife. He's letting you know that he appreciates you. Yet, you really didn't need a bouquet of flowers to tell you he wants you, especially 6. The signals were obvious from the moment he saved your life and complimented your ass and, kissing you. Closing your eyes, you lay in the bed, still cuddling the flowers in your arms as you let the butterflies in your stomach dance. You simply couldn't wait for Tengen to return, to be able to kiss him and tell him thank you, to feel his tan skin and firm muscles under your fingertips. Your peace was broken upon hearing Marshmallow hissing. You opened your eyes and glanced to see her hissing at the bouquet of roses. Her back was arched, and she growled fiercely. "What is it, Marshmallow?" you ask, worried. She hisses again, and your eyes widen when you saw the bouquet move. Something squirmed within the plastic wraps as you quickly pulled Marshmallow towards you and cautiously backed away just as 2 little small creatures emerged from the roses. I'm sorry. Muscle. If you can't tell, it's the muscle mice. Buff mice.